Hey, get out of here, you big dumb clubtail! Tell Ducky I said hi. Oh, another roll of film. Hey guys, welcome back. So right now I'm in this big pinnacle valley with no sign of any giant gorilla, but today we're going to be taking a look at another parody that came out at the time of King Kong's success. This is The Lost Island. As one of the first parodies of the original Kong, The Lost Island told the basic themes of King Kong, but with marionettes and musical numbers, not to mention men in monster suits. However, given Christie Studios, the company behind the project, did not have the rights to use the character's likeness, the majority of the cast was more based on other big celebrities, including Mae West as Anne, and Groucho Marx from the Marx Brothers as Carl Denham. The film would also feature scenes with dinosaurs and other exciting comedic scenes. What makes this film very interesting was that it was going to use the one real Technicolor process, which also would have made it a first for giant monster movies in color. Kong in this film was played by Charles Gamora, who would later get fame from this production as the man who played the rumored King Kong climbing the Empire State Building in the original film. But that rumor was later debunked when it was discovered that it was done in stop motion. He was also an inspiration for Rick Baker in his role of Kong in 1976. While this production is lost, Charles played an ape much later in the 1949 Abbott and Costello comedy Africa Screams. Hua Chang was set to play the dinosaurs on the island, and the production seemed like it was going smoothly in 1934.
Well, that's fantastic. We can put that check in a money market mutual fund. Then we'll reinvest the earnings into foreign currency accounts with compounding interest, and it's gone.
Unfortunately, The Lost Island was cancelled due to the film's budget running out very quickly due to the scope of the production, and all that are left are these rare photos. And honestly, it shows real effort and time put into what it could have been. As many ideas, parodies, and ripoffs came in, nothing could top the success of King Kong, and in 1938, the film was re-released to a massive amount of audiences and to sold-out shows across America. But for some reason, to those who spotted it, it had some very drastic changes. Some of the scenes which made the final cut in 1933 were removed due to the motion picture production code's stricter rules on what was allowed in movies and deemed some scenes too graphic and disturbing, including most of the shots where Kong and his fellow creatures kill many of the sailors and New Yorkers, and most notably, the scene where Kong peels off Anne's clothes, which was to them a partial rape of sorts. What, was Chris Hansen there with Dateline talking about this with Kong? Hi, Mr. Kong, I'm gonna have to ask you to put the girl down and have you take a seat right over by those palm trees there. What was your plan here on this beautiful sunset with this of-age blonde girl? But here's the thing. You're a giant gorilla, and she's a small human female. How do you explain that? Well, you know, I have the transcripts right here. And it says you go under the name White Banana in Lang 76. And it says very clearly in this transcript that you want to have sex with this girl. How do you explain yourself? Well, there's something I gotta tell you here, Mr. Kong. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC Universal, and we're doing a story about monsters trying to have sexual encounters with girls. We already caught your buddy Creature from the Black Lagoon and Frankenstein over there, so there's no need to hide anything. If there's anything you'd like to tell us, we'd be glad to hear it. Well, okay, we're gonna let you go, but keep in mind there's a couple of airplanes behind us that are ready to shoot you down. Oh, thanks. This print was shown in many of its re-releases, and since the 1950s, the 1938 censored cut of King Kong was considered all that was left, and many believed the censored shots would never be found. But thankfully, in the 1960s, the man who cut the footage thankfully took them home, and once discovered, the footage was restored back into the prints, which was the cut that was used in many home video formats in the 80s and 90s. But for the 2005 DVD version, they used a print from England to remaster at high quality, which is also on the recent Blu-rays. This was due to the fact that the British prints were intact and not censored like most US prints. But back to The Lost Island, I'd say overall that all the effort was put into it for a lighthearted comedy musical. But seeing this damn thing has yet to be seen, and probably never will. I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
But leaving on a brighter note, next time we'll be taking a look at Merian C. Cooper, who was the first to try to remake King Kong in widescreen and in color. So, we'll see him. Oh, for the love of fucking Littlefoot.